So I would like the opponent to try to cast another Dark Salvation with a huge value of X that we can redirect to us. Dark Salvation, thank you. Choose new targets. Welcome back, dear beloved viewers. I'm Xnick here again with an edited video that I'm using recorded footage from lots of games that I tried with my strange deck that runs Storm. I've been trying lots of games here with some variations. On the top row you see some cards that I was trying in and out, but finally the deck that I like the most is now at the bottom. And also this deck worked in two-headed giant mode. Very good. It's pretty fantastic actually in that game, but I guess that's because in that environment the game runs slower and this deck likes to have a slower game. If the opponents are too aggressive, then we don't have the time to get our mana and all the other fancy stuff that we want to take. But while I was recording, well, I didn't have enough time to show you the nice games. I wanted to use the same deck in two-headed giant mode and also in the versus mode, so it's not optimized for two-headed giant, but in case that you like this mode and want to see more games here, let me know. We can try any deck here, and essentially it's always fun. The only issue is that oftentimes one or more players are going to be leaving the game, and then one of the players turns out to be the AI and it plays rather bad. Yeah, but fun anyways, so just we can do more of this. Speaking of which, I think that I'm going to be returning to some streamed videos sometimes, because that means I can upload faster my games. So after this, after we finish to seeing this two-headed giant mode, let's go to some games, actual games. And we are against Jace with background that indicates a bit of black mana in this opponent's decks. We are going to find very soon. So we play first. We have 3 lands, one of them being Evolving Wilds, and a couple of Geist Blasts that we can have a discount with the Baral. So I think we want to go for our island to begin with. Let's see if the opponent has black effectively and the full art land, and this guy that is very powerful, 1 drop, 1/2 stats, and also can be used to place negative counters on creatures when the opponent discards something. Let's attempt to play Baral, and hopefully Baral can survive a little bit. But with our opponent playing with black is not likely, but we are going to force him to play stuff instead of cycling or the other way around. Red mana too, strange. Okay, so we are going to use Baral's discount. Guys, blast this bad boy here. resolve the implement of combustion. And not going to attack, do I? Why not? Let's try. So, if the opponent has Murderous Compulsion, no, what's the name? Yeah, well, there's a sorcery that can destroy tapped creatures and has Madness. Maybe I shouldn't have tapped the Baral. And this is the Cradle of the Accursed, can be used to create a 2/2 black zombie. But let's see what the opponent decides to play here. Never, so it doesn't matter if this guy was tapped or not. The return is the sad part of that card. Do we activate the implement now? Or maybe I can save the mana for the Insidious Wheel or the Geist Blast, and I don't think there's too much that we can draw that we want to play here. Let's just wait and see what is the opponent doing. Another colorless land. Return, it's going to take away the Baral from our graveyard. Or the Geist Blast, perhaps. He probably should exile the Geist Blast here. Indeed. But we have another one in our hand. And still, I don't think we want to spend our energy here, and Jace is actually quite good now. We now can't use the counter spell to protect Jace, but the opponent already has used the Never Return, and he's playing with colorless land, red. We need to put some creatures out. Dark Salvation kills Jace and gives the opponent lots of tokens. And, well, our hand needs refuel. Let's see what we get. Caravan before Chandra. The thing is, if I play Chandra, probably she dies right away. But we can use her to resolve the Caravan too. Well, probably the opponent has to buff these tokens, but Chandra is going to prevent 5 damage to our face at the very least. Let's see if the opponent finds a way to kill Chandra this turn. Probably something to make these guys more powerful. Let's see, opponent +1. Sure. And we see cycling cards and lands in the graveyard, and for sure he should be targeting our Chandra. Alright, so... Oh no, the Evolving Wilds. I guess I'm going to do this. Let's see what it is. Pyramid, do we want to cast, or we can shoot at Liliana here? I think we will cast the spell anyways. Go Evolving Wilds. Do this. I think another mountain because we only have one. But having the pyramid and the caravan means that we shouldn't be worried about the colors. But okay, this is the last turn of our Chandra. So she saved us 6 points of damage to our head. Let's see if the opponent going to -3. Apparently he likes this guy. No, this other guy. The sniper. Horror of the Broken Lands is revealed but not played. We can use Insidious Will to probably stop some nasty interaction the opponent is trying to do to us. Goodbye Chandra, you served us well. We're going to charge this up. I probably should have waited until the opponents... Yeah, I misplayed there. Why did I do that? I should have waited. Let's see if the opponent can punish. No punishment for the misplay. Alright, thanks opponent. And we have 5, 6, 7 mana, so no problem into using this. It takes away 1 of our mana. Pick up the red. And there we go. So I would like the opponent to try to cast another Dark Salvation with a huge value of X that we can redirect to us. Okay, let's see what the opponent decides to do. Plus Liliana, and probably going to attack with everybody. He has a zombie token on defense, so he could send 8 total damage to us. We can block 1 of them. But the opponent has red, probably some burn spells here. Okay, let's risk our Thermal Alchemist. We have the counter spell on the ready. And what is the opponent going to do now? He could activate this Cradle or this Foundry of the Councils. Dark Salvation, thank you. Choose new targets. Okay, stop. Well, this untaps, but we can't take advantage of that effect because it has Summon and Sickness. Choose a player. We choose a creature to get what? Alright, let's try to kill the sniper here. No, thank you, opponent, for giving us the tokens. And now we can crew our cultivator's caravan. I'm going to charge this up with a little bit of red and play Chandra here. And if Chandra stays alive a little bit, we might be flipping her. But it's quite unlikely. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. So much black tools. Horror of the Broken Lands. What it does is it's a 4/4 creature. and gains +2/+1 whenever the opponent cycles or discards something. And ribbons in the graveyard. Well, good thing the opponent lost the cat, and also a graph harvest would be quite painful to us. Alright, it's about time we crew this caravan. Take that. Nice, and Thermalchemist should start to take care of this Liliana at some point. Let's hope we draw something good here, because our hand is completely depleted. Well, not exactly the best draw here. I would try to attack Liliana with 2 tokens and finish her with our Chandra at Thermalchemist. But we then can't either have Chandra on defense, it's a bad move, and leave one of the Thermalchemists to trade with the Horror of the Broken Lands. Perhaps the opponent, maybe we can kill the Horror. No, we cannot kill the Horror, we cannot send the damage to this guy, but we can attempt to. Right, so at least we eat up one of the zombie tokens here. Well, I think we are going to have to sacrifice one of our Thermalchemists to stay alive, and I'm not entirely sure we can do that, because this guy can become huge and this other guy too, so maybe we lose our board if the opponent can cycle his hand. We would die. And what is Liliana doing? More. Oh, and no, the ribbons can finish off. Yeah, ribbons for 3, so we are at 5. And this we can't block. 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers, 5 attackers. Not looking good, but the opponent missed the lethal, I guess. We take 3 here. Okay, Liliana, yes. Off you go and take another shot here. Maybe I should have. Yeah, maybe I should ping the opponent's face. We are barely alive here. Come on, card number 40, be our savior. I think we can do this, guys. Only thing is to leave Chandra in the proper turn. First of all, red mana here. tap everybody before doing anything else. Now we cast Insult and use Gaze Blast to duplicate Insult. And okay, there we go. Before they untap, we want to resolve the copy with the Gaze Blast. They are all untapping here. And we have now 2 insults, and with the effect of double insults, this is going to be great. We can even activate injury, doing 8 damage to opponent face. And stop, please. Take 4 and 4, that's a total of 16 damage. We can kill Liliana, I guess, but why? I don't know. Go here and we can transform Chandra before doing everything else. And you and you and you, and I don't know what's going on anymore. Boys, Houston, we got problems. Let's take a look at the battlefield. I don't know actually how it resolved at the end, but thank you very much. Insults saved us on the verge of death. Where Chandra never got the chance to activate. Opponent at -5. We could tap Thermal Alchemist and this other one to deal between them 4 each, 8 more damage with the Alchemist, and Chandra 2 times form 8 more with a +1 without paying mana. Yeah, so we have 32 more damage available for us. Well, let's try to make this Storm of Insults work. Let's see. It seems that we are going to be facing a blue and black mill revival deck. Maybe some zombies are in our way. Let's check this out. Well, reverse engineering comes in handy. We have the Ether Hub plus implement, turn 1. Let's see, maybe we have to play Skyline Cascade, so we have mana to cast our Scribe. We can also think into activating the implement, but that it's our 1 energy. That means we are not going to be able to use Gaze Blast then. Let's see what we draw. Rogue's Passage, change these considerations because now we have another untapped land. Making us able to save Skyline Cascade for later, maybe when we need it. We now have 2 colorless lands here, black and blue as first expected. And let's see, so as long as we don't see Eldrazi's with these cards and exiles, we are good. 2/1 revives. I never liked this creature. So here the question, do I play Scribe? I think yeah, taking 2 damage shouldn't be a problem for us. Let's grab a mountain now. Then we can use Skyline Cascade to freeze this, then play the Scribe. Now, that's not nice from the opponent. So he is going to try to mill us directly from our library, and we still haven't found our tools, so we would be very upset if the opponent lands a couple of insults in our graveyard. Okay, let's do this. And I'm going to play Thermal Alchemist here, expecting the opponent gets a bit scared of this and tries to spend mana removing this guy. I think I keep the implement around so I can have an improvise for reverse engineer. Okay, here comes the milling. Let's cross our fingers, and we are losing. What? He did it on himself, so he wants to resurrect perhaps the Kothopep. Later on he also has rancid rats and lost a swamp. Now he could activate Corpse Hauler to recover something here, pieces of the puzzle, also allowing our opponent to discard. And well, he needs another land to be able to use Corpse Hauler, which means that using Geist Blast could be in our best interest before he gets the mana to activate this. Take that, Corpse Hauler. And playing Jace, it will be good for us to flip our Jace, but if the opponent kills him, we are not going to be so sad. So the opponent has the intention of milling himself or herself, but is not finding the lands, or he's holding his hand so he can... Oh, ever after. Okay, let's continue playing. Let's just hang out with the AI, because my deck, actually, I've been trying to have a nice game with this deck, and it's not that easy. Alright, doing a fast forward here and 2 times speed, because I was against the AI, and I just want to show you the interesting part of the game that comes near the end. So let's see first how the deck runs, and against the AI is pretty easy. The idea is going to be to draw the entire deck here. At some point, Mechanized Production is going to start spamming some Alchemist Vials, so that's going to help greatly here. And yeah, I think that in this game the ultimate power of the deck is not entirely released, but we get pretty close to it, so wait until the end. Meanwhile, I want to say you that the idea of this deck in particular is not to just win, but we want to win doing an extraordinarily and awesome effect. So most of the time the idea here is to do a win when our opponents suspect it the least. With the cards in our hand and the board and graveyard, it does not look that scary, and then we take them for surprise. Of course, by trying to do that, the win rate is going to be pretty bad with this deck, so kids, don't try this at home. It's not a good deck, but I had lots of fun with this. Too bad I didn't have time because of life to give you more games of this, but just in case you like this idea, maybe you want me to fix something or try something different with the deck, just let me No. So initially I just wanted to kill my opponent using just shock, but then I found that shock is not that good with this idea behind. So ultimately the shocks were removed, and we have Walking Ballista, Thermal Alchemist, Chandras, and lots of powerful and fun stuff. Oblivion Sour to give us additional lands, because this deck eats lots of mana. So I hope you are enjoying this. And lately, well, a few days ago, Wizards announced that it's not going to be adding more content to Magic Duels. So everybody is sad, of course. We don't have to overreact. Perhaps later I'm going to talk more about that. It's going to have negative consequences for this game, but okay, we don't have to be bitter about that. Okay, of course we are going to be sad, but okay, I'm playing for free here. I'm grateful by that. There's some upsides to limiting the content here, because now eventually I could try all the possible decks in the game without more cards being added. But just as it stands, the number of possible decks that you can do here with the entirety of the collection unlocked is astronomically huge. Of course, the nice decks are not so great in number. Yeah, but still lots of decks that I want to try, and stay tuned in the channel because I want to try many more of those. Probably I'm not going to be editing all those games so much. What else? Okay, so one of the things that bothers me the most, strangely enough, is that we are going to be stuck with the same background music from Amonkhet forever in this game. That's one of the worst parts. So bad. Many viewers are suggesting other games than Magic Duels. Well, I play Hearthstone sometimes. I'm not very good at Hearthstone because I guess that you have to actually pay to be good at Hearthstone, and I'm just grinding my way. Therefore, my collection is kind of awkward, but still is a fun game, and it has a huge amount of player base. I mean, a larger player base than here, so you are certain to find your opponents at any time. There's many streamers and tournaments and many other things going on, but in partly the difference with Magic is that Hearthstone is just the digital game, while Magic has also the paper counterpart. Okay, let's stop the rambling. I guess that you don't like me speaking so much. I'm going to shut down. Actually, I have to confess that I don't know what else to say here, because, well, you're losing the commentary of the game against the AI, but I don't think you're going to be missing anything important. So I'll leave you with the music, and in a few minutes we return to normal speed and see the end of the game. Later. We don't get to charge the pyramid, but doesn't matter. Alrighty then. So let's go. We could use Sahili as our finisher, but maybe swinging with the Embringer can be the way to win this game, or swinging with these two. Let's activate the combat animations. There you are. And insult number 1. Do a copy. Do another copy. So we have 3 insults. Stop. Hammer time. Do another copy. Do another copy. Do another copy. Okay. Well, I lost track of how many of those. I think we have 6 going on. We now are missing our, where are you? Our Scribe of Mindful. We could fetch 1 instant, and with Sahili we could duplicate her, so grab 2. Give me a couple more mana up here, because now we're going to cast this insult for 2. And finally, Jace, you. We are going to be casting this. Cast this card, the insult side, for 2. Okay, thanks Baral. I know, it's free, we have to tap here. Alright, and swing with combat animations enabled. And see how much damage can we do here. Well, I could have used 1 Alchemist Vial to prevent the Forgotten Creation from blocking. Forgot about that. Maybe I have little anyways. Oh boy, that numbers run not so fast as I expected. Uh-oh. Whoa. Well, that's funny. Okay, so this is a good animation. I wasn't expecting this, but I like how it feels here. And Baral still has to hit our opponent. How much damage is Baral doing? Just 256. Weak guy. And we won, surprisingly, at the verge of self-milling our deck, and also winning with mechanized production. So finally we finished today's video. I want to thank you all for viewing, and I hope you have enjoyed our time together. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you think it's worth, and leave your comments below if you have any suggestions or ideas for me to try. We'll have another amazing video next time. Until then, sayonara!